So I thought I would do a video on anxiety and how it's affected me and my tips and how I learned to deal with it in daily life. So yeah, if you want to find out more, please keep watching. So yeah, I have suffered with anxiety for about a year, maybe a little bit less. It seemed to sort of follow on from like a bout of depression, and when it was at its worst, I couldn't leave the house, I couldn't go to work, I couldn't go food shopping, I couldn't take my daughter to school on my own. If I did leave the house, I had to have somebody with me. It basically controlled my life. I used to feel guilty, I used to feel silly, like I just needed to man up and pull myself together, but I just couldn't do it. So I did a cognitive behavioural therapy course, and they teach you sort of tricks and techniques to deal with it and how to recognise it, and I found that really helpful. So some of the tips that I've learned is just to try and not worry about what people think. Unless you've experienced anxiety yourself, I don't think you genuinely understand how much it affects a person. I found that a lot of people used to say to me, pull yourself together, you know, it's just nerves, you'll be fine, like you're just worrying about nothing, which is true, I was worrying about nothing, but it's something that you can't just shrug off. It's something that follows you around and it doesn't go away. But some of the tips that I've learned along the way that work for me are that, as childish as it sounds, having something that's like a comfort for you. So I have a lot of like fluffy throws and stuff. When I get really bad, I just sit somewhere, I listen to some music, maybe like a meditation or just something that I enjoy, and I sit there and just relax and let myself sink into the music. I try not to think about what's making me anxious. I try to let it go to the back of my mind and just sort of let it go. And I find that that really helps. It's almost like a distraction technique, so it tries to sort of, you don't think about the actual worry, you just sort of let it pass. Another tip that's really helped me is going for a walk. So when I returned back to work, I was still having panic attacks and still suffering with anxiety, and I used to take myself off for a walk. We've got a really nice lake where I work. I just went for a walk around the lake, sometimes take someone with me just to have a little chat, but yeah, just going for a walk. I find that it helps clear your headspace, gives you a chance to breathe, gives you a chance to think, and it just helps you clear your mind. I would recommend going to somewhere that you find is like your nice place, so maybe the beach or some nice woodland, somewhere that you enjoy being, that is going to make you feel happy. My next tip would be to try not to let it control your life. Try and lead as much of a normal life as possible. The more you give into it, the more it's going to rule your life. I found that if I let it win, then I would end up doing nothing. Sometimes you have to try and fight it to be able to get through it. So yeah, definitely don't let it when don't let it take over your life. Try and fight it. And the last tip is just to breathe. I find when I get really bad, I can't catch my breath, I can't breathe properly, and that starts to make me panic even more. So I do the technique that I was taught, which is to breathe in the blue and out the red. As funny as it sounds, it makes you focus on that. If you say it as you breathe in and out, it makes you concentrate on that and not focus on what's making you anxious. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to my channel and who follows me on Instagram. It means the world to me, and I am going to try my best to build it up as much as I can over the future, and I'd love you to follow me along on this journey. So if you would like to see more, then I'd love you to hit that subscribe button down below, and leave a comment in the comment box for any videos that you want to see in the future. And yeah, so I will see you soon. Bye guys.